Hi everybody, this is Sam with Python Basics, and as you can tell from the title of the video, jumping static window. So let's just go ahead and get into it. So if you're new here, thanks for joining us. This is what we do micro videos. Well, I really thought the dynamic sliding window would be much more interesting. So I was actually going through it, and I don't know if it made it into the actual static window video. I'd made a comment about if we found our substring, we could jump. Well, that intrigued me, and I kind of looked around, and nobody else has a video like that. So let's talk about what in the world I mean by static jumping window. So in every other scenario, and even in the one that we did here, we iterated through every single letter. Well, that's awesome and kind of cost effective if we have a small substring. What happens if we have a substring of 30 and a string of a billion characters? That's going to add up and cost. So what happens if we actually can write an algorithm that will go, okay, so I found the substring. Well, I know that the substring won't be included in it, but I at least need to jump to the end and see if it is redundant. So if we've already come through and written one and inside the substring there is no repeats, then we can do this scenario. So let's just go ahead and jump into it, because like I said, I made a comment, and I don't know if it made it into the video that actually made it out, but so I've been playing around with this. So let's just go ahead and look at it. So all right, here we go. So what I did is, it's the same basic structure, but I made a while loop. And then the problem that I did run into is that when you're trying an if statement, it will not catch the out of index of the end. So each time through, I threw an exception in here, and then it's an index error. So let's just kind of go through what I'm doing here. So I'm doing my standard. So let's not look at this right now. So I still have my starting point, and then while true, we're just going to do this until we get to the end. So basically, jump out here, raise an error, index error, break out of the loop. So all right. So we're testing, of course, the same, the length of the substring, and then starting point and end point. But the way that we're doing this here is, of course, we're still appending where that starting point is. And then now, here's where it gets interesting. So you can count any overlap. So that's why this is the length of the sub minus 1. So to remind you, because we don't want to just go to the end, because then we would not catch any overlaps. So that would be 1 right there. So depending on how you wanted to do it, if you wanted any overlap at all. So like I said, that's what intrigued me about this. So we have, then you jump over, and then if it doesn't match, we just slide over 1. So if we're here, we need to slide over 1, but if we test here, we can jump over the length of the substring minus 1. So boom. So there we go. And then, of course, then if that works, we can jump over to here. And then if this fails, we just slide over 1. Then jump to here, fails, slide over 1, boom. And then when we get to here, it's going to jump. And then this is going to be out of range. So let's toy around with this and show you what we did. So I just kind of went through this. So I did a BLB. Index 0, index 2, then index 6. And then we can back this off. And then we get to 0268, and then we can even go BL. And I think we should just have 2 of these. There we go, 0, and then 6 right here. So there, it was just kind of like an exercise that I had. And also, one of the next algorithms we're going to do is we're going to have the smallest window of a sum of equal or greater than. It's a very great exercise for a dynamic window. But I was very intrigued by how much everybody seemed to really like this static window. So I really wanted to throw out this jumping static window, and I looked around and I didn't see anything there, and I really thought it was a really awesome mental exercise. So there we go, guys. Because especially if it jumps and the substring, I guess you could even do a substring of if the first and the last are the same character. So you could really delve into this. But this is why these algorithm challenges are so interesting, is that it just really, everybody wants to have, what do I need to learn? What do I need to learn? You need to think about solving a problem, because what I really want to challenge you with is when you get to the level of getting an interview, all it is show me that you can think through a problem. That's what you need to spend time and focus on. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. We're going to try an interesting video next to really see how those go over, but this whole thing is an experiment, and I really greatly appreciate all the support. But thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Hey, guys. Thanks for joining us today. I hope you really enjoyed today's video. And if you haven't, check out this video right here or this one right down here. And most important, make sure you're hitting this subscribe button and the notification bell. Thanks again for joining us, and we hope to see you next time. Bye, guys.